Hi students, my name is Akshay Kadolkar, and so this video lecture for BBA fourth semester on corporate accounting. Okay, so in the last lecture we saw the syllabus for the corporate accounting 2. Okay, so whatever the which are those concepts are there in this subjects we saw in the earlier lecture. Okay, so now in this lecture we will start the first unit or the module number 1, which is the amalgamation of companies purchase or absorptions. Okay, so only I had told you in the last lecture only at the time we will see the both the chapters. Okay, so amalgamation of companies in the nature of purchase as well as amalgamation of companies in the nature of mergers. Okay, so now the amalgamations, so this is the modern world is going on, and so in this modern days many companies are carrying similar type of business, right? Okay, similar type of business, similar type of the companies are companies are there in this modern world, and so this similar type of business are there, they are facing the so many difficulties. Okay, so many they are facing the problems. Okay, so like the unhealthy or the competition or the duplication of the facilities as well as for the process purpose, and the shortage of funds as well as for the tax saving, like this so many problems are this. Okay, etc etc, these the problems are facing by the similar type of the business. Okay, for this reducing purpose of this problem or for the minimized these difficulties, for that purpose this similar type business they are combining their businesses. What they are combining, they are going to combine the business. Okay, and so this combining is done by the mergers as well as the acquisitions and the amalgamations. Okay, through by this they are combining the business for reducing, for reduce purpose the problems as well as for the difficulties. Okay, so now in this lecture we will see the some concepts. Okay, so in the next slides we will see the meanings. Okay, so the amalgamation, so now see what in by amalgamation. The amalgamation means what's the combination of one or more companies into a new entity. Okay, so thus amalgamation results in the formation of a new company which has a unique name as well as logo and the identity and the existence. This is nothing but the amalgamation. Okay, so in the amalgamation it means what's in the simple language, it means what's two or more companies, what's two or more companies merge into third new company. What merge into new third company, and the whatever the existing companies are there, so this existing company lose their existence is nothing but what's the amalgamation. Okay, when two or more companies merge into new third company and its formation a new company, it means what they are formation the new a new company or the separate company. Okay, and which has unique name, which has logo, identity and the existence. Okay, now for example for the amalgamation purpose, suppose the X limited is there and the Y limited is there. Okay, there are two separate companies are there, the similar type of companies are there, X limited and the Y limited, and they are going to sell the assets and liabilities to the Z. Okay, to the Z, it means what Z is the new formation of the company. Okay, so this is about the amalgamation. Okay, so now see what in by merger. So merger means what, a merger is the combination of two companies into one by one company absorbing the other is nothing but what the merger. Okay, so it means what's the two companies, what's the two companies are decided to combine into one. Okay, the decided to combine into one is nothing but what's the merger. Okay, so it means what the assets and liabilities of one company are transferred to another and its first company loses its existence. Okay, so is nothing but what the merger. This is about the merger. Next see what in by acquisition. So acquisition means what, an acquisition is when one company purchases most or all of another company's shares to gain control of the company. Okay, so the acquisition means what's one company is acquiring the other companies is nothing but the acquisition. Okay, so it means what, it refers to the purchase of ownership. What it refers to the purchase of ownerships right in the property and assets without any combination of companies. Okay, so without combination of companies, the one company is acquiring the another company. Okay, so this is related to the what's the acquisition. Okay, so next, absorption. Absorption means what? When an existing company is purchased, another existing company is nothing but what's the absorption. Okay, is nothing but the absorption. So it means what's the it is one of the processes there. So taking over of an existing company by another existing company for the agreed consideration. Okay, for the agreed purchase consideration purpose. So it is nothing but the absorption. Okay, so now see the transferor company and the transferee company. So it's very important, these two words of the meaning is very important. You should know this transferor company and the transferee company. So now see what in by transferor company. It means what's the company which is amalgamated is nothing but the transferor company, and the transferee company means what's it means the company into which a transferor or company is amalgamated is nothing but the transferee company. Okay, so don't get confused in the transferor company and the transferee company. We will understand with the help of this example. Now see, the example is what X limited and Y limited sell all their assets and liabilities to Z limited for an agreed consideration is not this is the amalgamation, right? Okay, so now see what in by transferor company. Transferor company means what's the company which is amalgamated, and in this case which are those two companies are amalgamated? X company and the Y company is what's amalgamated into Z. It means what? So this X company and Y company are the transferor company. These two companies are transferring into third company which is the Z company. And so now see what in by transferee company. Transferee company means what? The company into which a transferor or company is amalgamated. And so in this case Z is it is in the transferee company, which is the new company is there. So this is nothing but the transferee company. Okay, and which companies they are going to transfer? No, so these are the transferor company. Okay, so don't get confused in this transferor company and the transferee company. And these all the concepts are very important for your two marks. Okay, so what do you mean by amalgamation, what do you mean by merger, what do you mean by acquisition, what do you mean by absorption, or what do you mean by transferor company, what do you mean by transferee company. Okay, so these are the very important for the two marks question. Okay, so in the next slide, see the difference between amalgamation and the absorption. Okay, amalgamation and the absorption. So now these they are the 5 points are there. So the point number 1, formation of a new company. Okay, so how it will be the difference for the amalgamation and the absorption? The formation of a new company. So in case in the for the case of amalgamation, it is the formation of a new company. Okay, so it is the formation of the new company. But in the case of absorptions, there is a no formation of a new any company. Okay, so but in the absorptions there is a no any formation of a new company. Okay, so next point number 2, takes over the businesses. Okay, takes over the businesses. In the case of amalgamation, the company takes over the business of two or more existing companies. Okay, so it is the business, another is business is takes over the more than two businesses. Okay, so but in the case of absorption, one of the existing companies itself only takes over the business of another existing company. Okay, so it's only one existing company can takes over the business in the point number 2 related to the absorption. Okay, so next point number 3, liquidation of the companies. Okay, so liquidation of the companies. In the case of amalgamation, all the existing companies go into liquidation and formation of a new company. But in the case of absorption, only one company, okay, except one company, all are liquidation. Okay, one company can continue, one company can the continue, and the another companies all are the liquidation. Okay, so this is about the liquidation of the companies. Next, continuation. Okay, so in the continuation related to the amalgamations, in the case of amalgamations, no company can continue its existence. Okay, no company can existence in the amalgamation. But in the case of absorption, any one company can continue its existence and other loses their identity or other loses their existence. It's related to the continuations. Next, related to the wider term, point number 5, wider term. So in case of amalgamation it is in the wider term as compared to the absorption. And so absorption, it is not the wider term, it is in the restricted term. Okay, so why it's amalgamation is then wider term, because it is included the amalgamation as well as the absorptions, but in the absorptions it is only the restricted. Okay, so that's why the absorption, it is not the absorption, it is not the wider term. Okay, so see the next slide, types of amalgamations. There are two types of the amalgamation: amalgamation in the nature of merger, amalgamation in the nature of purchase. Okay, so in your syllabus actually there are these two topics are there. There are two units: unit number 1, amalgamation in the nature of merger, and the unit number 2, amalgamation in the nature of purchase. Okay, and I had told you at a time we will take both the chapters. Okay, amalgamation in the nature of merger and the amalgamation in the nature of purchase. Okay, so these are the two types of this amalgamation. Okay, so in the next class we will see what in by amalgamation in the nature of merger, amalgamation in the nature of purchase. Okay, so there are 5 conditions are there for the amalgamation in the nature of merger. Okay, if it is that 5 conditions are satisfied, then we have to assume it is the amalgamation in the nature of merger. If it is not, any one condition is not satisfied, then we have to understand what's amalgamation in the nature of purchase. Okay, so which are those conditions are there, so we these conditions we will see in the next class. Okay, so thank you.